This evening around 5 o'clock is Chaitra Amavasya. That means that is the end of Chaitra Māsa and Vaishakha Māsa begins. And this gives me an opportunity to discuss the concept of adhika māsa. To do that, I have to remind you of certain things which you already know about. You know that in our Hindu calendar, there are two major parts. One is the Chandramana and the other is the Sauramana. And on the left hand side, you see here Chaitra, Vaishakha, Jyeshta, Ashada. These are all Chandramasa, and Mesha, Vrishabha, Mithuna, Karkata are not just Rashis, they are also the names of Sauramasa. Now, in our calendar, there is also a mechanism to synchronize these two. And what does synchronization mean? In very simple term, it means that whenever it is Chaitra Masa on the Chandramana calendar, we would like it to be Mesha Masa on the Sauramana calendar. Which means Chaitra corresponds to Mesha, Vaishakha corresponds to Vrishabha, Jyeshta corresponds to Mithuna, Ashada corresponds to Karkata, etc. But the trouble is, this does not happen naturally. Why? Because the Chandra Varsha is 11 days short of the Saura Varsha. Chandra Varsha is only 354 days. Saura Varsha, you know, is 365 days, 365 and a quarter. And that 11-day difference means that these two calendars are continuously falling out of sync like this. Gradually, as time passes, the synchronization is being disturbed. And you get to a situation where Vaishakha Masa, instead of corresponding to Vrishabha, it ends up corresponding to Mesha. And the synchronization is broken. And that is exactly what has already happened in Chaitra Masa itself. And I am going to show it to you in Vaishakha Masa beginning right now in Stellarium. So let us switch over to Stellarium. And in the Stellarium window, I have now positioned the time to exactly this evening around 5:22, and this is Amavasya because the elongation of the moon is 0 degrees, and this is Chaitra Amavasya. So the Chandramasa is still Chaitra Masa. This is the final moment of Chaitra Masa. But the sun is in Mesha Rashi, so the Sauramasa is Mesha. Right? Good. Now I start my simulation. Vaishakha Masa has started, but the sun is still in Mesha Rashi. So Vaishakha, instead of corresponding to Vrishabha, it's still corresponding to Mesha. The synchronization is broken. So now we are into May 4th, May 5th, May 6th, etc., etc. The sun is still in Mesha Rashi. So let's see when the sun finally comes to Vrishabha Rashi. It's approaching Vrishabha Sankranti, and now Vrishabha Sankranti has happened. The Rashi is now Vrishabha, 0 degrees, 0 minutes, as shown right here on the top. But by now, Vaishakha Masa is going to end. The moon has come back. It's coming towards the next Amavasya. So Vrishabha Sankranti happens on May 15th at 5:50 in the early morning. And just in a couple of days, by the 17th, Vaishakha Masa is over. This is Vaishakha Amavasya. Elongation is 0 degrees, and it's on May 17th at 1:30 in the night. So just for 2 days in the entire month, Vaishakha synchronized with Vrishabha. All the other days, Vaishakha synchronized with the Mesha, which is totally wrong, which is not what we desire. But the good news is, in the coming month, this problem is going to be fixed. And synchronization is going to be re-established by the introduction of an adhika māsa. And when I say in the next month, I mean by 5:17, this problem will get fixed, starting with 5:17. But I will wait until 5:15, May 15th, before I release the next video where I will explain to you how this synchronization problem is fixed by the introduction of an adhika māsa, an adhika jyeshta māsa. Until then, I ask you to think about this synchronization and how the introduction of an adhika māsa can fix it.